Hi everyone, my name is Ben Wright, Human Cartoonist Extraordinaire, and welcome to the continuing Let's Play for PARANORMASIGHT. This is the first recording Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. Very excited to be here once again with my buddies, KelciDComics and cocomomoart. Say hi, people.
Hi, people.
People.
And we already have people saying hi in the chat. Hi, chat.
Hey, besties.
Chat.
So, before we get fully started, one of the things I want to remind people before I forget, we are still running a fundraiser for the Trevor Project, an organization whose ultimate goal is to end suicide among LGBTQIA plus youth. There is a link below the video where you can donate. And yeah, we're keeping that running. We're still about $100 from goal. Anything we can get that would be awesome.
Do it. Even $1 helps if you can manage it.
Yes.
Or if you're broke, you can just share this stream. It's a fun time.
Yes.
Honestly, true. Like, that link's going to be down there until we hit that goal. So, you get people watching the stream, more people to possibly donate. And it's a great way to get the word out there. Plus, we want more people watching it because this has been a lot of fun so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun to commentate.
Mm-hmm.
One other fun thing to throw out there, Chloe, do you happen to have the content warnings up? You want me to buy time while you get the content warnings up?
Oh, nope, I got them right here. So, quick PSA for those watching the stream. In this stream in particular, there are a couple trigger warnings we want to make note of. This session may contain reference to or discussion of child kidnapping and endangerment, child death and murder, as well as discussions of suicide. So if any of that content bothers you, feel free to dip out. But if you are fine with that, we're more than happy to have you. Back to you, Ben.
Yay.
I mean, in fairness, we did have a child murder in yesterday's installment, or last week's installment, I should say.
Excuse me, that was a juvenile nerd delinquent. There's a difference.
True, but I was told, I was given a non-spoiler summary of this session that we're about to do, and I was told that the discussion does get much more graphic.
Yes. Okay, gotcha.
Well, good to know.
Copy that.
So, there is one other thing that we were talking about doing. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and click Start Game, just so we can jump in and get going there, and so we don't have the music constantly in the background. But we wanted to do some theory discussion.
I mean, that's between you two, because I'm not really much of a theorist. I'm just here for the ride.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So, it came up because I brought up an idea, and it was suggested we save it for the stream instead. So, the wonderful, amazing Richter Kai... Yep. I knew someone was going to try it. I
don't think it picked up my microphone.
I don't think my microphone picked it up either. Richter Kai!
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
better.
We got one.
I have to lean back in my seat to do it.
I just wanted to check the names of things. I think he is a curse bearer, and I think he has the beckoning light.
Maybe.
Isn't the beckoning light the one where you saw a spirit at the end of a street, and then you were submerged in darkness, and then you lit that lighter, and there was a voice that was like, "Ah, shit, he has a lighter," and tried to run away, and then
that was a different one. That was, I'm bringing up the name. Maybe I should just leave this up. The ever-burning lantern.
Yes.
Was it?
So, yeah, it's the one that either the light would either always be lit or never be lit. So we think that was the theory for that one. The beckoning light was the weird light that would show up, kind of the will-o-wisp.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
Here for a good time.
I only have one request for if we're gonna do another playthrough. When we are at like the opening sequence, and is it Yoko or Yuko?
Yoko.
Yoko. Whether Yoko dies or not, the secretary coming up and being all like, "I am dead on the inside, but I must ask you for your curse." Like that guy?
Yeah.
I requested in this next playthrough that he lives.
Yes.
Yeah. If we just play through fairly normally, my inclination is to go for a pacifist run.
Oh, where you like don't murderize anybody?
Basically.
Okay, gotcha.
That works for me.
Yeah. But my theory with the beckoning light specifically, because it seems to show up to people, there was sort of the implication that it might specifically target curse bearers or things like that, like show up to them. I wonder if the ability of it is that whoever has it not only can detect curse bearers, but maybe can detect how their curses function.
Okay.
Because he knew somehow that you needed to have a lighter if you were going to interact with the lady whose name we never got.
Right.
I mean, does it mention anywhere in the Beckoning Light legend about, like, finding out secrets or anything like that? Because I'm looking at the description right now.
So, building off of that, I don't know whether or not Richter Kai has a curse stone. I'm leaning towards yes. But if you remember in the bad end where the housewife got us when we got attacked by the clappers.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
He was there.
Hopefully he was there. So I think they're working together, like Yutaro, the nerdy guy, and the girl whose name we did not get under the bridge. I think we have two pairs of curse bearers working together. Mm-hmm. And I think he was he went to talk to the housewife after he talked to us, and he was like, yo, he's got a lighter, it meets your curse condition.
It is interesting. I will say this, just from a storytelling and pattern recognition standpoint, it is interesting that it seems like the other curse bearers, if this is true, it does seem like the other curse bearers have somebody walking along with them as like a partner, if this is true. And in which case it is interesting that Yoko was not tagging along with you. But if she lives this time, then it's I'm just noticing some parallels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I know what you mean. I'm also looking at it. I'm trying to see if there's any of the legends that we don't think we've met somebody for at all.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Was there... Hang on. It goes 8, 9, 10, 11, 21.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh!
So we're going to get more than just these ones.
No, I think the numbering is... That's why it is, because it's the numbering across all categories. There is a 21 that's going to show up, and we don't know what it is.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. So, looking at it, though, we're the Whispering Canal. We've definitely met the Haunting Clappers. Thank you. The Foot Washing Mansion. And the Ever-Burning Lantern. So we have a Foot Washing Mansion now? Like a sound for it?
Wash!
Yes. Perfect.
Well, yeah.
Forget the Japanese...
Honestly, I would not be surprised if that was the, like, screaming noises that we had muted out in the last playthrough. Was just, all of these, like, whispering echoes being like, wash, 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 wash.
That would be great.
Suru.
Let's see. Beckoning Light, we've seen the curse echo for. We've got no sign of the Evergreen Beach or the one-sided reed so far.
Well, the Evergreen Beach is just a tree.
Yeah, it might just be a tree. The Taiko of Suguru is just a drum, but in that place is where we found the detectives. So if one of them has a curse echo, that may be what it is. And the Fool's Procession, we're guessing that's what the schoolgirl had.
Possibly?
It's the one that's at the school. That's why I'm saying that.
Well, she might have had a different one, because something I'm noticing is that whenever you go to an area where you're like, oh yes, this is where the Evergreen Beach is. Oh, the person who followed me has the clappers. But
That sounds
not the area
horrible.
where the clappers. I know, but that's not the area
dear
where
me,
the
I think I
clappers
have a
is
case of
found.
the clappers.
Oh my
my
god,
point-
the microphone's not picking.
No, it got that. That's why I was laughing.
Okay.
But the point
like-
being that that like you, the curses are on the move. So
Yes. No, that's definitely
Yeah.
possible. That's why I said they weren't. Those aren't confirmed. It's just kind of speculation for now. But yeah. Anyway, I don't have any other pressing theories, so I think we're good to dive in. Unless anyone, Chloe, you got anything?
Nope. I'm theoried out at the moment.
Cool.
My theory is we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Time to disprove that theory. I mean,
Oh, yeah, we should, so quick recap for the chat. The last thing that happened before we took a break for the week was we unlocked the story chart. So now we're going back to the lab again.
It's kind of like an astrology chart, but on
Yeah.
the TV.
So like a TV guide?
Kind of.
I think this is actually telling us where in the thing we start. I wonder if we start to the very last thing, if it's going to do what we needed to do. Whoa! What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. Now, if I turn around, she dies.
Yes.
I feel eyes on my back. I can't move. Is there something behind me? I've gone full Shatner.
Yes.
Oh no.
Never go full Shatner. Something's got Yoko really rattled. Yoko, are you okay?
Oh, dang it. It's not picking up the mic. Hang on. Eek! I'm doing
Hey.
eek instead of ag.
Yeah, that works. Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me.
No! This can't be! No! Why? Why? Ah! Insert anime scream here.
Yeah. Yoko! Yoko! It's no use. She's in no condition to talk. Oh, I get an option now.
Oh!
Woohoo.
Huh? What? Is calling her name really going to help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Yoko! Hang in there, Yoko! Look at me! You're going to be okay! It's alright! There's nothing there! Yoko!
No idea if my mic picked up that screaming.
Hey!
Oh.
Look at that!
New branch.
Oh!
Look, it's part
Okay.
3 apostrophe.
Ooh.
Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies unmoving on the ground while his pleas get through to her.
Oh.
Back to 1 a.m.
Kinshibori Park.
Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Huh?
Oh, good, you're awake!
What?
Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused, I thought you'd really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance?
I've that before.
You're the one who said it earlier.
Right. That must have been it. My humors were off balance.
What? Back there? You ended up like that because of your humors?
Oh, sorry, I had to move my microphone. Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humor's being even a little bit off can be fatal.
I'm glad you're back to normal now, and nobody died randomly in a horrible water accident.
Yeah. Well, wow, that was oddly specific. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. I don't remember what happened.
Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow?
Backing out?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me, and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation.
Oh, come on. I just started feeling back to normal, too.
Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? It's the 80s, so it's like $3. I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Ooh.
You just skipped ahead a whole bunch.
Yeah. If this is... So this is synced up with time. This is 1 o'clock, 2, 3. This is going to be about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I think.
Hold on. I think we have some tech problems going on.
Uh-oh.
Chloe, are you still in the chat? Nope. Apparently Chloe's cat shut off the computer.
Oh no!
Yep.
No!
We're just gonna wait here until Chloe gets back.
Oh my god, that's a mischievous cat.
It's like, pay attention to me. Stop your streaming.
Mm-hmm. My goodness. I mean, that tracks for Gigi. If it's Gigi, I'm betting that it's Gigi. Gigi's a little butthole. He's cute, but he's a little butthole.
Gigi, a little snot. Yeah, that was Gigi. I said the cats are mad Yoko left.
Are we still live?
Yes, we are still live. We're just gonna chill out, and I'm gonna cut this out in the replay later.
Okay.
Yes, we are still live. We're just gonna
chill
out, and I'm gonna cut this out in the replay later. Okay. It's gonna get recursive in a second. Yes, we are still live.
There we go. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Keep it. Your microphone definitely picked up a bit of the stream there.
Yeah, I popped the volume back on Twitch. I have it on mute. I have it playing on my phone.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
All good. Chat saying echo, 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 echo.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Was it Gigi that did that? I
Yep.
figured, little butthole.
You could definitely keep that part in the recording. It adds to the experience.
Sure. We'll cut it down, but we'll keep in the goof.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so you know, in case you missed any of it, Yoko has been put into a taxi and sent home, but I agreed to keep looking around.
Saw that part.
Cool. Now we are apparently jumping forward to 4 a.m., we think.
There's little icons. There's little icons for daytime and nighttime. That's cool.
Oh, you're right.
Neat.
Huh. Let's see. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation into the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue the search on his own. Shogo, okay, 5 a.m. I was off by an hour.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, at the carnival... In further news...
Oh!
Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapse in a Sumida City park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after.
That's it?
Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area at around the same time. Well, this is going to be a short playthrough. Hey, we have a title!
Finally, how
Wait.
far in are we?
It's credits!
It's either credits or a title card.
This would be the absolute funniest way to have this stream go. If we'd played for like 15 more minutes in the last game.
Well, wow. Just wow. Holy dang. Okay.
Well, bye, everybody.
That was the shortest run. And you didn't even see how you died.
Well, thanks for coming to the stream, everybody. We'll catch you next week.
Oh, hey, look.
Oh.
Well done in your efforts thus far.
But no, they amounted to nothing.
This brings Shogo Okie's story to a close. Ah, but this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Oh, we have a name for her. Haruo Shigima, a woman who lost her son when he was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division, who is looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Each of them
now
is
we gotta
burdened...
redo the thumbnail.
Yep. Each of them... It would actually be really funny just to redo the thumbnail and just delete my character. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the right of resurrection. Following these three storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale.
Interesting. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh my god! Haruo Shigima has Richter K!
I think...
Oh my god.
I think seeing that hat caused Kelsey's mic to explode.
Yes. Yes, it did. I tried to do Richter K, but it was not picking it up.
I did too. It did not pick mine up at all.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I have a theory about where people want to start. Let's go to high school. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, okay. Look, that high schooler storyline does look like it starts in that park where Yoko and Shogo were hanging out just by looking at that building. But Richter Kai. Now go to the detective. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, should we put it up for a... No, not even worth putting up for a vote.
Yeah, no, Richter Kai.
Everybody in the chat saying Richter.
I'm also going to say, since Haruo Shigima is a Chloe voice, Chloe, why don't you read this?
Okay. All right. When the son of Haruo Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haruo has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, wink wink, something strange suddenly appears.
It's a dick. May those who mock fires perish in flame. Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the curse stone, the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire-starting device on their person. Press the use curse button to set your target alight.
By the way, I know what I said about pacifist run. That's out the window now that we're other people, right?
I think so.
Well, we don't know that.
We don't know it, but
Yeah,
I'm not
it's updated.
holding us to it.
Ooh. Scroll down.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
Kills by burning one who is in possession of fire or a fire-starting device.
Ooh.
Should I read the resentful memory?
Go for it.
Okay. Red, red, red. Everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot. So hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right. I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right. Her. It must be the work of that vixen, who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch! Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Ah, right. The evening bell. That must be why no one can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack. Clack. I don't worked out for him.
I know it's I know it's very serious, but anytime they said clack clack, I'm just like, I'm on fire. Hold on. I'm just like,
Were you laughing?
yes.
I saw your Discord icon flashing, and I'm like,
a man is burning alive, and you are laughing.
I mean, come on. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Come on.
You said a man is burning and you're laughing, and all I thought of was the "this isn't about him" meme. They're drowning. It's not about them.
I mean, the fire started because it was like rubbing two matchsticks together. I'm just saying. Okay.
I don't think the clappers were what caused the fire, man.
Fair enough.
A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like black tar. Thick black tar.
Can you hear its curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them.
Harue Shigima, 12 a.m. Midnight. Shigama Mansion Reception Room.
Back with me, ma'am? Can't say I understand what just happened. But it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Dreams?
Housewife Harue Shigima. Persons of interest.
Updated.
Okay, shall I read this one as well?
Go for it.
Okay. Harue Shigima. Sex, female. Occupation, housewife. Curse echo, the haunting clappers. Did anybody do the clap?
I just did.
I just did, but the microphone didn't pick it up.
No one, if it doesn't go through, know in our hearts that we are doing the claps as many times as we can.
You know what? Anytime that clappers come up, I'm just gonna go clap.
There you go. All right. Harue is a house.
Yeah.
Harue is a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoku Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up, and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading the aggrieved Harue to call on the services of private investigator Richter to uncover the truth. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Harue's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, it wasn't long before Harue's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Harue a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Harue spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. A few months ago, Harue's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Harue left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Harue has nothing but time on her hands.
Disgruntled housewife.
No. Not dreams.
Sounds like something I might want to hear about.
Oh? Private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind.
I mean, have you seen those luscious locks?
I know, girl. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort.
Persons of interest updated. Richter Kai! Sex, male, occupation, private investigator, curse echo, none. The eccentric man that Shogo Okie ran into at Hoonji Bridge. Richter is actually a private investigator with an office in Ota City, Tokyo. After taking on a request from Harue Shigema to investigate the unresolved kidnapping and murder of her son, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite of resurrection. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. How he is still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studies alongside Detective Jun Irio at the police academy. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office.
Aww.
He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office and, more importantly, Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. This man.
I mean, if Harue's not gonna hit that, I will.
I think he collects stickers of birds dressed as delinquents.
The perfect man does not exist. Never mind.
So,
and his name is Richter Kai.
So, Ariane in the chat has a few things to say about Richter Kai.
Okay,
oh,
go
yeah?
for it.
We've got, first one is in all caps. Oh, come on! She's smiling for real in the middle of the night with a beautiful man on her doorstep, and it's not dreams. Am I the only one here with a dirty mind?
Nope, you are not. You are not the only one with a dirty mind.
And the next one is, this is a man who has played Hotiful Boyfriend, I guarantee it. I don't even care that it's the 80s and Hotiful Boyfriend hasn't come out yet.
Oh, he would
my
absolutely
God,
play the
yes.
shit out of Hatoful Boyfriend.
He would not only play it, he would 100% it. He'd have detailed essays on which is the best route to go down, and then he'd have an essay on what's canon and what's not canon.
Yes.
That,
Yes.
I have to say, is a particularly fun game to play while drinking and doing all the voices.
Yes.
I have done it a couple times.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
What? Oh,
Files
come on.
updated. Oh, Azure Heron Agency. Ben, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, I probably should be starting to take some of these because it looks like I'm not going to have a voice for a while. Give you guys a break.
Yeah, go for it.
Azure Heron Agency. Richter Kai's private investigation firm in Kumata, Oda City. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically, he decided to pick a name starting with an A. Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than an azure heron, Richter keeps a white parrot as a pet, and dresses not in blue, but mostly in white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made there, it has surely been lost on all but Richter himself. As a private investigator, also known as a private eye, is a detective who operates their own agency. Although there are no formal qualifications necessary to become a private investigator, many are retired police agents or detectives due to the similarities between the work involved. At a glance, private investigation firms and inquiry offices might look similar, but they carry out different types of investigations. Inquiry offices specialize in conducting credit checks on businesses, while private investigators are generally involved in tailing persons of interest and gaining information surreptitiously.
I can also give you a fun fact about detectives in real life, because I actually knew a detective in real life. Or like a private investigator. The most common cases that private investigators would be assigned to would be cases involving insurance fraud.
Yeah, insurance
Interesting.
investigation's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Arian
that's
has
a fun
followed up
fact
to
for
say
you.
that the best route is BBL, by the way. For the
God, I
Huddleful
wish
people.
I could. I can't remember what the BBL route is.
This is flying over my head.
Okay, fair enough.
Like a Hatoful boyfriend!
Oh, holy cow.
A fax machine, what's that?
A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. Real quick, before we go too far over, double check the fax machine and make sure that we've checked everything there is about it. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
There we
this
go.
thing
Rotary
for
phone.
rotary
Here we go.
phone.
The telephone. This mansion has a private line. Wow.
Yeah. For
Nice.
the 80s? Dang.
Expensive.
An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called.
Typical rich people thing. Oh, this person does this thing. I don't know what it is.
So fun fact, flower arranging, or ikebana, it's actually really fun. That was one of the activities that we got to do when I went to Japan as a student.
Ooh.
And it's actually quite complex. There's like this whole art where the arrangements mean certain things depending on where you place the flowers.
I could see that. Yeah, because I could also see that the meanings would change depending on what flowers you put into the arrangements. Yeah, there's like a whole language of flowers. I looked it up before I started playing my automaton druid in the latest D&D campaign that I'm in.
Oh my god, do you know about the fuck you bouquet?
I vaguely know of the fuck you bouquet.
You need to look it up. It's literally all the flowers that you need to put together
Yeah.
to basically tell someone to fuck off.
Perfect. I was thinking that was where you were going with that.
I'm wondering
Anyways.
if that's the title of the episode. We'll find out if a better one comes up.
The fuck
right.
off bouquet.
All right. A stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often.
Also, I'm a little mad at the chat for saying a rotary phone. What's that?
Oh my god.
You fetuses. Huh?
Is that a sticker? Oh my god, tell me that's a sticker. Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is?
Good. You made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or another. He put it up just before... Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down.
Look. Let me do that again. I don't think it picked up. I knew it! It's Head Hencho from way back inside number 1! This is a real collector's item!
Excuse me?
Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds.
The what?
New craze! Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents!
I've never heard of them. But this certainly seems important. Oh, sorry, I misread that. Can you go to the chat log?
To you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them.
Sorry.
Okay, go back. We can go back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Do it! Thank you.
Oh.
No,
You
I
know
was mad because it
made
wasn't
them.
clicking.
They just started showing up around town, and soon enough they had won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places! This is a good sign, I'm sure of it!
Well, that's nice.
Mockingbird number 1 discovered.
I got an achievement for collecting a Mockingbird sticker.
Oh my god.
Yes!
It's a collection game.
Yes! This is like the hidden Mickeys in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Shut their butts.
Mockingbirds. These popular bird mascot stickers seem to pop up everywhere. Nobody knows who the legendary artist is behind these quirky birds, but they quickly became popular for their surreal yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo, and you might just be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it collecting them all will bring good luck. First one we have is Head Honcho.
Head Hencho, excuse me?
Oh, you're right, Head Hencho.
Yes.
Oh, look, it's telling us how to find them, too.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So now we're
Yes.
gonna have to look at everything.
Yes. Oh my god.
Well, forget the mysteries.
Screw the
Yeah.
mysteries. We're finding these birds.
Oh my god, did you say head and show? Forget my son. I'm suddenly over it. Ooh. The lights. The chandelier is the only thing in here that's my choice. It's my favorite part of the room.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Clock.
The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Usually it's just me.
Servants.
A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with Father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse.
Anything else cool? I think we did it. We can finally talk to Pretty Boy. I mean,
Yes.
Richter Kai.
Yes. Richter Kai! Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time, you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about?
Well, where to start?
Interesting. Very interesting. So, the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere.
Clap, clap.
Clap. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right?
That's right.
So, it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air.
Like a daisies!
With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work.
I don't think you quite understand. This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day.
You just knew, huh?
It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. Oh, I'm sorry. Resentful memories! So I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire.
I see. That could be a problem.
You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity.
The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going.
That might be a good idea. Okay, so one thing that is interesting about what Richter just said, he just said the stronger the desire is to revive somebody, the stronger your bloodlust is going to be. So that explains why Shogo went from, oh, I just met this person, we're really hitting it off, to I need to kill people like right now to bring her back to life. So it was a side effect of the curse.
Interesting. Could be.
Oh, look down towards the table.
Oh, guest table.
The guest table. I don't know where Father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it.
Was there something else?
Great!
I think that's it. As far as, like, decorations across the room.
There's more to talk about, but I'm going to think, because we haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
My heart's still racing. This is it. My chance. At long last.
Alright, cool.
Me for, ma'am, to look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Suichi Shigima.
Oh yes. I remember. They never did find the one who did it.
That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead.
So you've said.
As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway.
I remember. You were just about to tell me.
Files updated.
The Shigima Kidnapping. Overview. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida about 1 year ago. Haruo Shigima's son, Shuichi, age 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school with a ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigima family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haruo reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed, and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold.
So this is kind of like the bad end of that one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I think it was called Ransom. It's very
Ransom
80s.
was Mel Gibson.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
totally forgot that.
Yep.
I was about to say, like, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and Ransom is not one of them.
Oh, my bad.
Persons of interest updated.
Aww.
Oh,
Look at this cute dead child.
Look at my son! Look at my son!
He barely has a cheek to squeeze.
Aw, shall I read this one?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Shuichi Shigima. Sex? Male. Occupation? Elementary school student. Curse
AKA
echo?
nun job.
Yeah. Curse echo. None. The only son of Haruo Shigima. He was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother, Haruo, amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers.
Oh.
That hurts.
My little boy.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Also, learning the abacus?
I'm not gonna lie.
the-
I'd love to learn the abacus properly.
Why learn the abacus?
If I had to take a guess, I would say this was before, like, computers became more readily available. So,
Okay.
you know, it's interesting because in some areas of Japan, they don't have, like, credit card readers. They still have the machine where you put the card in and you go, like, chick, chick.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy that some parts of Japan still use kind of antiquated technology. But it's really cool. I love watching that thing.
I also love the idea of, like, they hadn't invented the TI-83 calculator yet, so you had to do all your trigonometry on an abacus.
Oh, no.
How the hell do I
man.
graph on an abacus? And can I play video games on it?
More importantly, can you spell boobies on an abacus?
In
Oh my
Japanese,
God, what
no
if-
less.
What if to say boobies with an abacus, you have to use, like, Morse code?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just a series of clap, 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 clap.
Someone
Talk
across the
about
classroom
some
goes,
haunting
"Ha
clappers.
Yes. Ah, good shit.
Yes.
Ariane just yelled in chat, Kelsey and I had the same thought about Morse code.
Yes, you and I are on the same wavelength, yes.
We got a couple options here.
Yes, we do.
Ooh. About the investigation, about the kidnapping, about the right of resurrection.
Shall we just go from the top?
I'm down for that.
Eyeball.
We're just gonna poke him in the eye while I waited.
We still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision.
All right.
Okay. Wait.
We... okay.
It's the same text.
Oh.
What the...
I suppose there's not much point in going over the kidnapping itself.
No, I'm very familiar.
Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's call back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area.
That's right.
In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from. But it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by car on his route home.
But...
Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger.
That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood, too. Oh, sorry, let me read that again. I know he understood, too. I even saw him warning the other children.
It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there is, there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Somebody at the school did it?
It's someone the kid knew.
Possibly.
Huh. Maybe.
So, did they target him at some other time, or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off?
The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky.
Well, why not turn the problem on its head? The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into their car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if they were somebody that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew.
But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly.
They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather... what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer?
Huh?
That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigema family has close ties with the police, after all. He would have had a reason to trust them.
You might be right. But surely that couldn't have.
Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point, after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime.
Okay, so before we continue, they keep making it a point to say that Shuichi was always like, I'm going to protect the younger kids, or I'm going to tell the kids, don't go with strangers. I think Ben's right, and it's somebody he knew, like someone from his family,
Mm-hmm.
or he was made to get in a position where he thought somebody else was in danger, and that's when they scooped him.
Maybe. Maybe X out of the options here and go back to think and see what pops up whenever you hit think.
My heart's still racing. This is it. My chance. At long last.
Okay, so it's just that
yeah.
dialogue that loops. Okay. I didn't know if it was going to change considering all of these dialogue talking points that we've been hitting.
Yeah, makes sense. Do we keep with about the kidnapping?
Yeah, I think by going through these options, that will close out the investigation option. So I think we keep going with the kidnapping.
But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children.
What did I just say?
Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong.
That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean...
Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car?
He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children.
You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here.
Oh, sorry. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone.
She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe, if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had.
Do you mean he saw it happen?
Well, I can't say that for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private.
He loaded me into a car and drove away.
No, it turns out the thing that he wanted was some hot, steamy locks.
He wanted to know where I got my hat.
Or that shirt. I mean, I feel terrible for saying this. Every time Richter's, like, leaning across the table, I'm like, the cleavage!
I know!
His boobs!
Them tits, obviously!
Oh, God.
What is it that's attractive about a man? The tits, obviously.
Of course.
Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again?
Jonochi.
Got it. Well, Jonochi, I'm all ears.
Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right?
Of course. What else do I look like?
How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help.
What? You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Instead of asking gay.
I was about to say, can this man ask anything straight?
I don't think so.
The answer is no. Nor should he.
Yeah. Who is trying to kill you?
A student called Michio Shiraishi.
Interesting. A schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty.
It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigema.
Come again?
I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it, or at least she got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me.
True. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody?
Well, you see...
If you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you.
I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word.
You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life. So you've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you've spilled the beans?
Yes, that's it, exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon.
Well, you seem to believe what you're saying. But it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified?
She wrote about me in her burn book.
It said Death Note on the cover, I'm scared. You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me.
Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here.
What is that face? Yeah.
Duck lips.
It's true, her house, it's... Oh, forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough! I'll find someone else to help me. Mom!
I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but And that's about the long and short of it.
I believe.
At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it.
Then, if we can just find that girl.
Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Jonuchi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida.
Teacher? Then this schoolgirl.
Is one of his students? I think that's very likely.
Wow, we still haven't finished off the kidnapping info.
Oh, damn.
At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for.
Okay, maybe that's it.
I think that was
Maybe?
it. There we go.
That's it for the kidnapping.
Whew.
You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision.
So that's still not ready for anything. Okay.
Okay, now we can talk about the right.
The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in an occult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo.
I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like Like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope, real hope, for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered. What if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive.
You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that.
And how?
I'm guessing that's why you're after the right. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but.
A haunting clapper, maybe?
Clap. If this right is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul.
Is
that's
that
you.
Yeah. Is that a problem?
If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you.
Oh, that's a shame.
A shame, huh? That's all?
I thought, if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful.
You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that?
I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this.
So, is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into?
If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them.
I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client.
Ooh.
Ooh. Knowing what we know about his agency being in some financial straits, going with "I'll pay you" might sway him.
Yeah, you know, I don't think it would hurt. We could try saying I'll pay you. She is desperate.
Yeah, and she's rich.
All right.
How much can I give you to change your mind?
Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies and I stick to them.
I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn.
Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out.
What do you have in mind?
Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they've filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later.
Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove?
That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now.
My. Okay, that's interesting.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
He's a man of some principles.
Apparently.
I do appreciate the fact that he's like, you kill someone, we're done. Like, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, underneath all that cleavage is a heart of gold.
Also, don't get mad at me. When she was like, how much can I pay you to change your mind? Instantly, I thought of, like, those dumb old porns where it's like, I don't have enough money to pay you, landlord.
He showed up dressed like that to deliver a pizza.
Guess someone ordered a pizza. Uh-oh, your pipes burst. Gotta fix that.
I'm both a pizza delivery man and a plumber. Who knew?
Oh my god. What if he, like, literally has every odd job in the city?
He's one of those guys. It's like that one
Yes.
dude from Gilmore Girls who just does every job.
Yes.
Yes.
Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The haunting clappers, was it? Clap. That's one of the 7 mysteries of Hanzhou, if I remember correctly.
Right. The original story did happen somewhere near here. I'm sure I remember hearing that.
Case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Hanzhou. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere.
That sounds sensible.
You know, if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers, clap, can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right?
Oh, did the microphone that pick that up? That's
It
right.
did not.
There we go. I picked it up that time.
Okay.
In olden times, wooden clappers,
Clap.
were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table.
You really think it's that good?
The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters, too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you're there, they wouldn't even know what hit them.
Maybe I won't actually have to use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I said.
Threats could work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second.
At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now.
That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig.
Oh, I see.
That entire outfit's polyester. It just melts onto him.
Oh god.
You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just the curse.
You flatterer.
Oh my god, I ship them so hard! You ship the detective and the housewife, yes.
Yes!
That's funny.
Oh my god. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Yeah. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine.
Okay.
Right then. Have you decided what you want me working on?
Oh, okay. Help me with the right or investigate the kidnapping. Ooh. Okay. So, I'm assuming that each of the story paths is, like, I don't know if they're within the same timeline or not. But I would assume, just based on what we have seen in Shogo's route, that we've asked to help with the right.
You know what?
Could
you
be.
make an interesting point. I bet this is one of the places where we get a branch.
Yes. It looks like this is a branching path choice.
Okay. So then, what do you guys think? Should we have him help with the right, or should we have him investigate the kidnapping?
He's already stated he doesn't want to be an accessory to murder. And he's already given hints as to what she could do about the rite itself and how to go about getting those soul dregs. So possibly just investigate the kidnapping.
I'm I'm leaning the other direction because I think now that the right of resurrection's on the table, you wouldn't care as much about the investigation of the kidnapping. It doesn't matter who did it. The more important thing is getting the son back.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
that's a
you've
good
got
point.
two opinions here.
Okay, so if we ask him to help with the right, we are fast tracking towards bringing Shuichi back to life. If we investigate the kidnapping, it's more so like we want justice for what happened. Based on so I guess I'm the tiebreaker, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean,
Your
if you want to
character,
see
your
yourself
choice
that way.
too.
Okay, so we got one vote for the right, we got one vote for the kidnapping. I'm gonna
Think out loud. What's going on?
Yeah,
I will say I
I'm
feel
thinking,
bad that I'm the one who voted for the right. I would never do that.
Yeah,
Considering the last playthrough.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. We've already tried the right, and we already with Yoko. Shoko tried the right with Yoko, and he wound up dead.
Yes.
So that has me concerned. You know what? Let's try to investigate the kidnapping.
All right.
Finally, I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son.
Your wish is my command, ma'am.
I wish you'd take off your shirt. I mean...
I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping.
Although, something just occurred to me.
Help me with the right instead.
You can't investigate the matter. Oh, shit. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for the other curse bearers?
Alright. I see how it is. Well, I'll be happy to help. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain.
Thank you. That's more than enough. Okay.
Now then. I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout.
All right.
There's no telling what kinds of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. Try to be ready for anything.
I will.
Well, if that's all, I should be going.
Dramatic hat hold.
Dramatic hat hold!
Ooh. Okay.
So, something I do want to bring up, since
Yeah.
we have a group here and we can discuss methods. Do we want to continue this storyline, or do we want to jump around?
I mean...
To deepen the sauce on Harue's route right now.
Okay,
Yes.
that works for me. I just wanted to throw the option out.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Alright. Summary of previous events. Despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers,
Clap.
Haruo Shigima is determined to use the right of resurrection by stealing the remaining curse stones. She instructs her private investigator Richter to find the other curse bearers. Stato! Haruo Shigima, 1 a.m. Shigima Mansion reception room. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait. And wait. And think!
And Without any knitting to distract her.
I know it's dangerous to go out. But I can't just sit here and let this opportunity pass me by. I have to look for her. For Michio Shiraishi. But first, I need to find more soul dregs.
Okay, so as soon as he's gone, we're gonna start murdering.
Are we gonna keep...
That's kind of the impression that I'm getting, yeah. Like,
hasn't given us the opportunity
unsupervised
to leave
housewife.
Oh, we can click the TV again.
Ooh.
There's nothing on at this hour. I see no point in turning it on.
It's nothing but reruns of Gilligan's Island.
Or that creepy alien screen from Animal Crossing. The ticking seems so loud. Just goes to show how quiet it is.
Oh, this is new.
Oh, a newspaper.
What's this? A newspaper? It must have fallen off the chair. Read it!
Read it. Read it.
It's a newspaper. I like it. Wow, what a revelation.
Yeah, it's a newspaper.
I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do.
Oh my god, are we about to roleplay looking at the newspaper?
You're darn right we are.
Oh my
Oh, no.
god.
Oh no, my husband has done the Sudoku in pen.
That bastard.
Do we just want to go top down, or do we want to jump around from topic to topic?
Topic to topic, I say.
Okay.
What are we feeling? It's time to spin the
Television.
wheel of newspaper.
Wheel of print! Look at the television articles jumped out at me first.
See that. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But Father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that. Less fuss. Oh? Okay.
It moved.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we can click them multiple times. So go back to the television. Now the comedy boom is over. All the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. Look at all these paranormal specials.
Oh my god, did they have ghost hunters before ghost hunters in America?
So, this is a bit of a tangent. I can remember this very vividly. When I was staying with my host family, one day we were just watching TV while we were eating either breakfast or dinner. And they had a reality show on, and what it was like introducing kids to different yokai.
Okay.
And what they would do is it was kind of like a what would you do, but what would you do if a yokai came to your house? And they had these little kids, like they would go into a room and then they would have like a guy dressed up as one of the yokai come and try to scare them.
Oh my
And initially
god.
the kids were kind of scared, but then like it comes into the room and like this little girl walks up to him and is like, "Asobitai?" And she like grabs his hand and leads him in, and they're just playing with the yokai.
That is amazing.
And the parents are like, "What are they doing?"
Oh my god.
No, you don't invite him into the house. What are you doing? It's Fey rules.
It was really cute.
Oh my god, that's cute. Okay, look at the culture articles. Let's see what it says.
Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions.
That was before the collapse.
Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestsellers. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. City pop is actually awesome. I love city pop.
By the way, on that, Kelsey, arcades are still big in Japan.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
It's a thing.
The interesting thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say it's a thing I wish we had more of here.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Apparently, before I go back to the tangent, I was gonna say, apparently we're starting to get round one in America, and round one is a massive, like, multi-floor arcade, bowling alley, and karaoke business.
Oh my god.
That would be great.
Yeah, there's one in Philadelphia. Ooh. We walked by it, and I was like, "There's a round one."
Ooh. Okay.
I'll also throw out there that if I can ever get you guys to go to Super Magfest, they have a 24-hour arcade room that is all like retro pinball machines, arcade machines, and a lot of them are like Japanese-only games. It's pretty awesome.
Oh my god.
You've told me about that before.
I spent I was there this weekend and I spent about 45 minutes playing an Azumanga Daioh themed Bubble Bobble, which is what was the American name for that? Bust a Move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I wish I were a bard.
Oh my god.
For anyone who doesn't know, all Azumanga Daioh references, and it is a great anime and comic. You should read it. Anyway.
It's been on my TBR for a while.
So the other thing was fun fact when she was talking about the comedy boom. Comedy is a huge thing in Japan. Osaka especially, it's like the birthplace of a lot of comedians. They have like merchandise and keychains and mascots of all these comedians that you can still buy.
That is a strange concept to think about, mascotifying a comedian.
Can you imagine buying
like a George Carlin plushie or a George Carlin bobblehead?
I bet it exists. You know he's got a Funko Pop somewhere.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and Osakan stand-up is also very, like, a lot of it's specifically pun-based. It's classic to have a straight man and a comedy guy, and the straight man hits the other guy with a paper fan. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
All right, more culture articles.
Today I learned.
I hear the new big thing is some mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. Was that what Richter was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now, with how quickly the times are changing. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. God, mood. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern worldviews. My generation will only fall further behind. All right. Shall we go to society?
Sure.
It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it made my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick, and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog.
That was a real problem for a while in Japan, I know. Like, the air quality got, like, scary bad, and they managed to pretty much completely turn it around.
Oh, nice. Yeah. If there's one thing Honjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore. Not since last year. It brings back bad memories.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think. Or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But... No, this can't be right. Her name... Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School.
Oh.
It can't be.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Yes, it is. I think screw the other articles. Like, what the heck?
Chio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed suicide last week. But that means Mr. Jonouchi was terrified of someone who already died? Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I?
Nope. Poke at the phone.
I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. I've made sure the receiver is on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls.
You know, it'd be funny as if had to unplug the phone line to plug in the fax machine.
Shit.
Huh?
That must be him.
All right, looking all around.
Not to leave Richter unread, but did we want to look around?
Wait, we gotta read the other articles in the newspaper.
Wait, hold on. I need to read about the economy.
You know, it's tempting, but that ringing's gonna get real annoying.
Yeah,
it is. That's why I'm telling you to pick up the phone.
Yes, answer. Hello, Shigema residence. How do I... 2 a.m. Komagata Bridge.
Why is the microphone not picking up what I'm saying? Jeez.
Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you.
Funny, I was just thinking the same thing.
He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night.
Files updated.
Same time. All right. Komagata Bridge, one of the bridges spanning the Sumida River, completed in 1927 as part of the reconstruction effort following the Great Kanto earthquake. It is notable both for its distinctive blue arches and the cutting-edge, for the time, techniques used in its construction. There are many bridges stretching across the Sumida River, each boasting a unique structural form and design. Now, something I need to see if I can spot. Ha-ha!
Bird!
I saw it in the cutscene.
Mockingbird number 18! Oh my god, it's a flamingo and oh my god! Hold on. Don't click on anything yet. Hold on. Don't click on anything yet. Okay, I got a screen grab. Thank you.
Okay.
I have to share that with Alex later.
I mean, I was going to look at it anyway and get its name, so...
She would get such a kick out of that. She loves flamingos.
It's the Pink Punisher!
Oh my god!
Oh my god. So fun fact, the outfit Pink Punisher is wearing,
Yes.
that is the classic Yankee look. Whenever there are punk characters in anime, they always look like this.
In a schoolgirl outfit with bead bracelets?
Specifically, it's like the long skirt, the kind of crop top. Because with the long skirt, you can't see it because I don't have the camera on. You can bend down like in a squat and kind of like glare at people.
Oh yeah, they can do like that. I know the exact type of pose you're talking about, like the.
Yeah. I'm picturing it in my head, and I'm like, yeah.
It's a gargoyle pose.
Yeah, the rope is troubling though. I don't know what's up with that.
I think it's just a string of beads.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Oh my god, brilliant. We found a mockingbird.
Yes.
I just happened to see it in the thing. Now I have to look around even harder at everything.
I know, right? We have
just
to spot them all.
Look at the river. The Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night, when it's still, it looks almost peaceful.
Can I ask ask you something, ma'am. Is the Sumida River what you Hanjo folks picture when you think of home?
Couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it.
Right. Should have guessed.
This is where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I pray to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day after day.
You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing for a second because the mole switched sides on his face.
It did! I noticed that.
I immediately thought of the moment from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, where it's like, wasn't your mole on the other side?
I have a mole?
A mole?
Amazing.
Yep. I just pictured it as like a or like that moment of in the producers where it's like, oh, and my Gloria Swanson mole, pluck, got it.
Also, Ben, I saw what you put in the chat.
I did not see. Hold on, I did not see. Hold on.
I'm about to get in trouble.
He wrote, "The pink Punisher is what I call my dick."
I was about to say it might be what Richter calls his dick, but we'll see.
Yes.
And I
All
say
right.
as I calmly sip my tea.
We can continue.
Yes. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Hanjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Hanjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways.
Those to prevent flooding. That's what I was told.
They were, but that's not all they were for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too.
So, if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife?
Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else. I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the seven mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day.
You know, there's one thing about Richter's design that's been bothering me, and I need to say it.
Okay.
How big is his head underneath all that hair? Is it just me?
Look, hair can be as thick as he wants it to be.
It's true, but also the hat seems fitted to the head, so I don't know. Anyway, I just noticed that, and it's kind of funny to picture him having like a big old like xenomorph head back there.
See, I'm too distracted by his crossed arms and the cleavage hold again, and I'm just like, if you could just push them together a little more.
Just squish him a little more.
I'm so sorry. This is
Do not be! That my mind was in the same place!
This is just turning into the Richter Kai thirst stream.
An appreciation of Richter Kai's titties.
You know what? You know what? I take back what I said before. That's the title of the replay. Richter Kai Thirst Stream.
The Richter Kai Thirst Stream.
Oh my god! And there's a species of bird called a tit.
Ah, yes, there is.
Oh my god!
We're helping Richter Kai find his tits.
It's all coming together. We're cooking so hard.
And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now right over the water. The border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think.
I'm sorry, Chad is just saying, listen, this whole game has been the two hottest characters in the game so far, so...
That's true. Yeah, we have Richter Kai looking for his tits, and we have Mommy.
We have Mommy with the haunting clappers.
Yes! Clap.
Mommy dearest.
Oh, man.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Just thinking aloud, ma'am.
Well, it's a nice thought.
Files updated.
Sumida River. A Class A river that is part of the Arakawa River system, which runs through much of eastern Tokyo and empties into Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, Sumida's riverbanks played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it was also a place for the common folk to gather and enjoy activities such as seasonal flower viewing or river bathing, and there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. The area became plagued with sewage issues when the surrounding environs were industrialized in the post-war period, but the situation has improved since. Many unique bridges span the Sumida River, including the Ryogoku and Azumabashi bridges, which attract a large number of visitors as sightseeing spots. Massive fireworks displays in the summer are also always sure to draw a crowd. The river has served as a cornerstone for both the city and its people, having both aided in its development and serving as an inspiring backdrop for countless works of art and literature. This has been Almost Stuttering News.
Wait, go back to the river?
Oh, there is more.
It's not... Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you?
Go ahead.
It must have been about 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy, and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand.
Ooh.
I'm sorry?
Oh boy. Okay.
That took a
Missing
turn.
classmate? Yeah, it did. Is this a monkey pub? What?
Miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar. And that they could tell it'd been a murder from the blade marks on the bone.
Wait. You talking about the Nejima murders?
So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time.
I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Files updated!
The Nejima Murders Overview. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large scale...
folks!
It happens. I'll get that clean.
Okay.
A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. Anyone else getting one-sided read vibes off this?
Kinda. Yeah.
At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Not the fireworks festival! That's the tragedy here.
No!
Oh, yeah.
Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he had snatched the victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious.
Christ, my dude.
I know. Anyone need a break?
No, I'm good.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. This is getting heavy.
Yeah, it is.
As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inwards slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Chat just said, "Wow, here's the trigger warning, woof."
Holy shit.
Yeah. Nejima dismembered...
Yeah.
Nejima dismembered the rest of her body, what was left, and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. No shit, they did.
Holy shit. Yeah.
My God, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole one-sided reads, this is it.
Wow.
He took a couple more than just an arm and a leg, though. He just went... He mowed that read down.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this, but I'm pretty sure she's not all right now.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's a callback. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. Oh, crap. When asked, he would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know, it came over me. I know it was wrong." Oh, okay, he's fine then. In the end, the police would extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his method strongly suggested that he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Nejima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant.
I bet you he was possessed by the spirit of the guy behind the one-sided reads.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
What if the one-sided read one is the guy, not the woman?
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, that's just mean.
Yeah. I'm getting that feeling too.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Persons of interest updated.
Oh, hello, friend.
Really? Really? We're leaning into this.
That's not a human. That's a thumb.
That's okay. Sorry. I'm gonna save the whole the fat phobia and ableism rants for another day. But Jesus.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not.
Anyway.
Fumichika Nejima, male,
Moving on.
self-employed, no curse echo. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal killings known as the Nejima murders.
To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting all around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill.
Sorry story for everyone involved, huh? And it's funny, everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
They arrested him shortly after, Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least, that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Oh,
Really?
Really, Harway?
Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders.
But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand.
Did he forget that part? She said that.
Yeah? Oh, no, I think she hinted at it, but didn't expressly state that it was her who found it. She just said that the hand was found.
Yeah, the police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Wow, what a piece of shit.
Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day.
Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Oh. Huh.
No, we don't think. He's still in jail, right?
I would think so.
I hope so.
I'm wondering if it's like, is she referring to the spirit of the river?
It could be somebody related to him, because the stigma against people who commit crime in Japan. It doesn't just apply to the people who commit crime. It applies to the family as well. So if you had a relative who committed that heinous of a crime, like you would suffer the same stigmas. So there's a chance that it could be somebody related.
Just wanted to take a quick look, just make sure we hadn't met anybody that we know of that had the same name.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
We good.
Okay, the Sumida River, again. I have nothing but awful memories of it.
Now it's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I need to talk to a beautiful man to cleanse my palate.
Yes. You go first. I'll go first.
Wait, I got an idea. Kelsey,
Okay.
you say, I'll go first, and I say you go first at the same time. Ready?
Okay.
Right,
Are we going on go or on 3?
On 3. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. You go
I'll
first.
go first.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. You go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess that means you go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I'm voicing him.
Please, go ahead.
All right, then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. And I think I've found a few candidates. First off, the tall man I ran into in Kinshibori Park.
That guy.
I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer.
Then you're 40% wrong.
Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigesui Street.
I bet this is the guy who had the lantern.
Possibly.
Because we never saw
Wait.
that guy.
Yeah.
The guy that talked to Richter.
I
But
think so.
Rick-
It's the same hair.
It looks similar, but Richter should have recognized him if that were the guy.
But it was dark out.
Yeah? There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him, too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I'd bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often. Looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea, if you could make it work. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass, though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out.
Interesting.
Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around.
The police are involved?
Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up.
How do you know where they're from?
Say that when you're in this business, there are some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye.
Oh, because he was in the academy with Ario. They were.
He
classmates.
was.
Okay.
You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best.
It's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I.
I really did hire the... Sorry, didn't mean to cut off the Richter Kai.
Sorry about that.
No, I was just saying...
never apologize for Richter Kai.
No, I was just saying, yes, I really did hire the chest. I mean best.
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
I really did hire the chest. I mean best. Shit.
God.
I mean, I'm glad I hired you, Richter.
You're the best in the business. I mean, best. I mean, gosh.
You're the best, Richter. I mean, damn it.
Oh my god. Wait, isn't dick slang for private eye?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Oh my god.
Private dick.
Oh,
Richter
okay.
Kai, private dick.
Richter Private Richter.
Oh lord.
Okay, let's move on.
Yes.
No, wait. Make that Richter Kai, investigator extraordinaire.
Oh, now he's coming for my brand.
He's JoJo posing.
He
He is.
is, and I am here for it. Well, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure did come out around this time period.
My, an investigator extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself?
You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit.
Also, nobody can vouch for what my face looks like.
Because I can move the mole.
It's the perfect disguise.
It is.
Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising. Am I right?
Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. Seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Woo. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out.
Hang fire? What does that mean?
This is what it would
That's-
look. This is what it would look like if I was holding imaginary melons.
Yeah. Hold it. Look at me holding these imaginary melons.
These avocados aren't quite ripe yet. You gotta squeeze them a little.
Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come.
Running around is the last thing I want to be doing right now. This is my only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away.
That's a fun verb. Fritter.
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 Tata.
There's something I need to tell you.
What's up?
Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi.
The one who was with Suichi on the day of the kidnapping?
That's her. Well, she's dead.
She's what?
The student who committed suicide last week. That was her.
I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead, only to find it's turned into a literal dead end.
Heh, good one.
Unless her death was the whole reason Jonouchi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave?
We're back where we started.
Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I'd put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her.
I see.
And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch.
Hunch?
Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess?
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Ooh, hang on. Okay, I want to try and guess. Let's see. I can guess.
Okay.
Did he become a person of interest?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Let's guess. Let's play.
I can't say for certain, but
Okay. Ooh, let's go with because we're talking about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's go Mr. Jonoichi.
Yeah, that was where I was leaning.
Oh. Shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
We might be able to go back with the X.
Why would we go back?
Okay, wait. Let me cook here. Okay.
Okay.
This is what I'm thinking. So, Mr. Jonoichi silenced Michio Shiraishi.
With murder.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Okay. So, throughout this stream, they've been alluding that at multiple points in the history of this city, there's been instances that are eerily similar to what's happening tonight.
Okay.
With the curses.
Yes.
I think it's all adding up. So I think he got her with a curse.
I'm kind of leaning that way too. What if Mr. Jonuichi silenced Michiko Shiraishi with a curse?
what do you think?
Seemed to me that he was more scared of what someone else might do. That might be a little bit far-fetched.
I'm sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective.
Well, no point dwelling on speculation. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonouchi.
Is something wrong?
Not really. Just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders.
What has?
Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life.
So I know.
There's precedent for
God.
There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course.
That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society.
I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation.
Oh, really?
They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace.
Put it... It's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name, with nobody any the wiser.
It's possible.
So the one thing with this, especially when it relates to any kind of violent crime, I'd assume they'd have to notify the people that would potentially be in danger by the guy being back on the street, right?
As like sending out flyers, kind of like what we do in the States when it's like, oh, a registered sex offender has moved into your neighborhood.
I more mean directly like it was her evidence that helped put him away. I would think the courts would have to say, hey, he's about to be released on parole. I'm pretty sure that's a thing in the States you have to do.
Just because it's a thing in the States doesn't mean that this was a thing in Japan in the 80s.
Maybe not.
That's assuming that he figured out it was her that reported the body.
Yes.
I guess that's fair.
Because he flat out just confessed. Like, he told everything.
Yeah.
after the fact. So he probably, I don't know if he would even be able to know, like, oh, she found the body.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And, the police aren't usually liable to be like, a high school girl by the name of a blah, 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 found this, and lay down the incriminating evidence in front of the person.
That's right.
Although, this reminds me of kind of a dark story. My high school's crew team, while they were practicing on the river, they actually found a dead body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was all.
Dang.
Yeah, this happened while my sister was in had just started high school.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up, because now I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't think it was foul play or anything. I think it was an accident or something. But everybody was okay. Like, they made sure, like, students got counseling if they needed to, but...
Yeah, that's still, like, yeesh.
Yeah.
As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind.
I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too.
What was it?
I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think, and I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima.
Oh.
Wait, isn't that Shogo?
No, it's a little different. Same pose, but the clothes are different.
Yeah, the clothes are different.
Shogo looks like he's 14.
Yeah.
He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered, too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. So, what next?
The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think.
I see. All right.
Oh.
Ooh,
What?
that's a new command!
Let's find out what it does.
Yeah!
Yeah. Click it.
You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. Oh,
Interesting.
so we can't go any further there until we do some stuff here.
Oh, that's cool. It's not grayed out yet. It's cracked, but it's not gray yet.
Oh, okay.
Neat.
Okay. So this is great because this means that, like, we can go into the other routes.
Woohoo. Yes, we could.
Oh my god, I just had a thought.
Yes?
I just had a crazy thought.
Yes.
What if, because Shogo's dead now. Like, we're not in control of Shogo.
Mm-hmm.
What if we run into, like, we're probably going to run into some more bad ends. Wouldn't it be crazy if, like, figuring out stuff in one bad end will help us answer questions in another part of another story?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, one of the concepts that they have already put forward is that whoever we are, like, whoever Bup McGee is, has the ability to affect stories with knowledge that the characters wouldn't have.
Yeah, we already saw that with Shogo and being like, toss the lighter away. And he's like, what? Okay, here goes nothing. Toss.
Enough, we did not get any of that with Harue this time.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Right.
But it's because she also hasn't interacted with any of the other curse bearers yet.
Right.
Yes. Considering some of the talking points surrounding, especially the school, I think playing Yako Sakazaki next makes the most sense to me.
I was thinking that too. Also, I love that she's Yako.
Where's Wacko and Dot?
Exactly.
They were taken by the curse.
I'm just waiting for her to just start going, United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama. But anyway, it is already 10:30, so I think maybe we start the next storyline next time. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining us. This game continues to be wild and fun, and this week, surprisingly horny.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
To say
Kelsey,
surprisingly horrifying.
That's true. That's true. It was surprisingly both.
Yes.
Kelsey, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh my gosh, so many different places. So, best place you can find me is going to be my official website, KelciDCrawford.com. That's KelCid Crawford.com. That has links to everything, including my YouTube channel at KelciDComics, as well as my webcomic, The Legend of Jamie Roberts. It's the story of a genderqueer pirate and their two best friends treasure hunting in a land full of dragons, and why that's a bad idea. And considering, gestures broadly at everything, I ain't stopping The Legend of Jamie Roberts for nothing. So if you want to read that for yourself, head over to thelegendofjamieroberts.com to check it out. It's free to read online.
All right. And Chloe, where can people find you?
Right. You can find me at the following locations. I am on Blue Sky at Cocomomo. I am on Pillowfort and Instagram at cocomomoart. And I am on Tumblr at purplepot.
And you can find me at BWHComics.com. I'm also at BWHComics on Patreon, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can also find my webcomic Cospain, a webcomic about cosplaying convention craziness, over at cospaigncomic.com. And as one final reminder, we are raising funds for the Trevor Project, an organization whose ultimate goal is to end suicide among LGBTQIA plus youth. We are currently at $300 raised out of a total goal of $400, so anything you can donate would be great. We have a link for that right underneath the video. So, that's going to wrap things up for us this week. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, rock on, guys, and never stop drawing.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You are awesome.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe out there.
Richter.
The guy. Oh my god, those traitors.
I know I can never cut until I get something crazy like that in here. So, you're welcome, everybody. Oh, and one last thing for Arian's cat.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.